Hi everyone, this is Dad. Welcome to Hey Dad, my reaction channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review of a Jimmy Buffett song called The Pirate Looks at 40. If you're a subscriber, thank you for stopping back. If you just found me, thank you for stopping in to see me. And leave me a like if you like as we go along. Consider subscribing. And more importantly, leave me a comment. It helps me get better. So I try to do some reviews on the channel of music that I like, that I want my sons to hear. And this is a classic, Jimmy Buffett, A Pirate Looks at 40. I used to listen to Jimmy Buffett from as early as 1975. I bought his a white sport coat and a pink crustacean album. I think it was his first album. And I used to listen to Jimmy Buffett, saw him live in concert around 77 with the Cheeseburger in Paradise tour. And I was a Jimmy Buffett fan long before the Parrot Heads came along and became, tailgaters and Parrot Head concert goers. I was a Jimmy Buffett fan at the start and never did catch up to the Parrot Heads. I wish I was a Parrot Head. I wish I had gone to some of those tailgates. Anyway, Pirate Looks at 40 is a classic Jimmy Buffett beach song about wistfulness, and I'll tell you how it changed for me over the years as we go along. So let's listen to Jimmy Buffett, Pirate Looks at 40.
15 years. Phil Clark was his name. He was the bartender. When we were hanging out in Key West, we first got there. Here was a real pirate. We'd heard about him.
He was the real pirate.
Yeah, I mean, you just knew it. He had that kind of breath in those eyes.
Phil Clark was the bartender, and he basically, his system was that anybody he liked who were the locals, he would always get the tourists that checked in the hotel pretty gassed up, and then he would charge all of our drinks to them.
Definitely a pirate.
I love America, you know. And he was really that, and there's always something going on, and he was either heading to Providenciales. I mean, he put words in my vocabulary that later became songs and stories about it. And
Jimmy started out as a country artist, and
I see him sail away with his girlfriend one day off to some exotic island, and I was like, God, I wish I could grow up to be a pirate like him.
he became a pirate and a Caribbean singer.
I didn't get to do that, but it inspired all of that old Treasure Island kind of stuff. You know, I was always a young Jim Hawkins fan from way back. And Phil Clark died about 10 years ago.
Oh, that's why.
And yeah, he hadn't been around. Well, but there's a happy ending to this story.
Well, I mean, if you hadn't told me that, I'd think he's still around. I mean, I was waiting for every time I go to Key West, I look around.
Well, I tell you what, if you like to see Phil, I mean, in a way, it's true, because his ashes are in an urn atop the Full Moon Saloon cash register.
All right.
Yeah. And they brought him back there, and they put half.
Then I have seen him.
You have seen him. He would laugh at this, believe me. This song has become, I guess, it's truly one of my favorites, and most people that have been with this music for all these years, it seems to be their favorite too. I guess we all wanted to grow up and be pirates at some point, and when we get to that part about
Arg, you want to be a pirate?
It's not the best economic strategy at all, but everybody seems to like to sort of snarl that line out, so you're welcome. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Yeah, okay.
Here we go. Arg.
Mother, mother ocean, I have heard you call. Wanted to sail upon your waters since I was 3 feet tall. You've seen it all. You've seen it all. Watch the man who rode you switch from sail to steam. In your belly you can hold the treasures you have ever seen. Most of them dream. Most of them dream. Yes, I am a pirate, 200 years too late. Cannons don't thunder, there's nothing to plunder. I'm an over 40 victim of fate, arriving too late, arriving too late.
So, I heard that song first when I was 17 years old, 1975, 77, whenever he wrote it. In my teens, 20s. And you want to go off and be a pirate, right? You want to be a pirate when you're young. You want to have adventure. You want to have adventure. And then I grew up, college, military, had some adventure, and went into the work world and traveled 90% of my life, and then I had more adventure I'll tell you about next break.
I've done a bit of smuggling, I've run my share of grass, made enough money to buy Miami, but I pissed it away so fast. Never meant to last, never meant to last.
So then in the 90s, traveling all the time, I went to Miami. I actually was on a project in Fort Lauderdale for a month, and on the weekends I was stuck there with a rental car, and I would drive. Took my team down to South Beach for a day, hung out on South Beach, and then one weekend I went to had a 3-day weekend, and I was bored, and I just got in my car and I pointed south, and I drove and drove and drove, and I drove all the way to Key West, and spent the evening in Key West, walking along that bar crawl street, but I wasn't drinking, but I walked along the street, and I went down to the end of the street there where they watch sunset at Key West. I had a great time there. I didn't have a hotel room, and I couldn't stay, so I got in my car and I drove all the way back to Fort Lauderdale that night. The longest day, had fun, but I was a pirate on adventure from Fort Lauderdale to Key West and back, relating to Jimmy Buffett songs. Listen to them. So here we go, let's finish it.
Now I have been drunk now for over 2 weeks. Passed out and I rallied and I sprung a few leaks, but I got to stop wishing, got to go fishing. I'm down to rock bottom again. Just a few friends, just a few friends. Play it, Mr. Taylor, yeah. This is Fingers' favorite verse.
Fingers Taylor.
I go for younger women, live with several a while. Though I ran them away, hey, they'd come back one day, and they still could manage a smile. Just takes a while. Just takes a while. Mother, mother ocean, after all my years I found occupational hazard being my occupation's just not around. Feel like I've drowned, but I won't wear frowns. Feel like I've drowned, me get drunk uptown.
All right. So Jimmy Buffett, who started as a country musician in Nashville, wanted to be a country musician, and then created that Caribbean sound as he got older and wealthier. Created that Caribbean sound, and with his Coral Reefer band, including Fingers Taylor there on that great harmonica solo. So what I know about this song is when you hear it in your teens and the 70s, it inspires you to want to go off and be a pirate and have adventures. And then when you hear it in your 20s, off on the road on business travel, having those adventures, it means something different. I did get to see the ocean. I did get to go on a cruise on an ocean liner in the ocean. I did have those adventures in Miami and Key West, and it inspires you to go off. When you get in your 40s, you start relating more to I pissed it away so fast. Made enough money to buy Miami, but I pissed it away so fast. So, you know, maybe money slips through your fingers a little bit. When you get into the 60s, and I'm 62 now, when you get into your 60s, you relate to it was never meant to last. Oh, what a great song that was from a man who created a whole genre of Caribbean beach Parrot Head music, created a whole legion of Parrot Head fans who go to his concerts and hang out and tailgate and know all of his songs, Fins and Cheeseburger Paradise, and great songs. But anyway, Pirate Looks at 40 is such a great title because you look at 40 wistfully, you look at 60 differently. It's a song of wistfulness over the years, adventure turning into wistfulness. So he knows his career goal to be a pirate is occupational hazard, being that occupation is not around. There's not a pirate job you can get. But how do you live your life, my sons, to have a life of adventure that you won't look back wistfully on when you're 40 and then 60? That's your challenge. Your challenge. Hey, family, what do you think? Have you heard this song before? And if you have, how has it hit you over the years as you've been 40 and then 20 and then 40 and then 60? Where are you at in life, and how does this song hit you? Does it make you want to have adventure? Does it make you wistful? Does it make you nostalgic? What do you think? You like Jimmy Buffett? Are you a Parrot Head? As I like Buffett for many, many years. And it's hard not to sing that song as I watch it, because I've sung that song so many times on a record player, listening to albums in my room when I was young. I don't know if anybody remembers record players and albums, but anyway, great song. I wanted to review that for my sons, and I want you to think about it at your age you're at now in your 20s, and think about what adventure means to you now, and how you have adventure without being wistful about it, regretful perhaps about it when you're 40 and when you're 60. Live life, man. Live life, my sons. Live a life of adventure. I'm cheering for you. Love you. Dad hug for you. Cheering for you out there, my family. Leave me a comment. Tell me what this song means to you. And I'll see you on the next reaction. This is Dad out.